Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Shear Chat with Rashan. I am your host, Rashan Broadnex, and I have my very special guest this evening, which I am very excited to introduce to many of you. You may know her, many of you may not. She is the famed and acclaimed extension stylist here in DC, none other than Miss Kenya Meadows. Welcome to the show,
Thank
Kenya.
you. Thank you so much for having
No
me.
problem. We are always happy to have, first of all, everyone, Kenya is my salon mate. So she works here at the Seattle Signature Salon with me. We're so happy to have her. She just started with us after I don't know how long trying to drag her in here, but finally she has come. And, so we're just really excited that she's here. So, so this evening we have a really exciting topic, and I decided to entitle it "To Sweet or Not to Sweet."
I like that.
Yes, because it was an idea that was given to me by Kenya. Someone else had started talking to me about it before, and I never really got much into the, the thought of it. But now, since Kenya has joined us, she was also a stylist that was at a suite for quite a while, and now she's here. So we thought that it would be a great topic to introduce to you all and see what's going on. So again, this is tonight's guest, Miss Kenya Meadows from now the Seattle Signature Salon. Welcome, Kenya.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Turn this way, 'cause I like
Well, what would you like to know?
a little bit about you.
Okay. Well, I've been doing hair since I was 3 years old. My mother was a cosmetologist. I learned a lot of things from her. It was never my intention to do hair as a profession. I was going to school to be a lawyer, and but somewhere down the line there was just like this fire in my heart for doing hair. And when I was in college, when I was on campus, I was just doing hair just because some of the girls, they just looked a mess.
Yeah.
And I was just like, girl, let me help you out. Let me just, tighten that up and and then before you know it, people were just like word of mouth. Like word of mouth is real.
They gravitated to
They
it.
gravitated, and I started making so much money. And I was like, if I'm doing, as a college student, I was like, if I'm making this for fake, imagine if I was doing this for real.
Right.
So, that's how I kind of ended up just, in the industry.
Okay, so now where did you go to school?
I went to Howard University,
Oh,
yes,
wonderful.
HU.
Okay, right here in Washington, D.C.
No.
So now where are you from?
I'm from Oakland, California.
Really? Okay, so you came to D.C. to go to school?
Yes.
Okay.
And I fell in love with the city.
Really?
I love the
That's
city.
so funny because so many people, they say they're not really in love with the city. They stay around for employment reasons, but they, and this is college students that I talk to, they say they're not that much really in love with the city. They are more willing to move on if they find a similar opportunity somewhere else.
Um, I disagree. I love this city.
Okay,
It's
well,
just,
I'm with you because I'm
like,
not from here, and
right.
this was supposed to be a stepping stone for me, and I gave myself 2 years at max to
Right.
be here,
And now you can't leave.
and that was in 2004. So I was supposed to leave after 2006, and I'm still here. But I have grown, I have a certain level of love for the city, but I think primarily because life had begun by the time 2006 hit. I was doing pretty well for myself at that point, so I was like, why uproot and start all over again? And then now, more than 10 years later, I'm still doing fairly well, and I still think, why uproot myself? So I think it would have to be something really very positive in order to get me to move, or kind of dramatic.
Like what?
I don't know. I think a great opportunity, a great industry opportunity, or, I'm in school also to complete a degree. So if I delved into that and I was presented with an opportunity in that field, I think I would do it.
Right.
So,
Right.
okay. So anyway,
Okay.
let's see. Tell me a little bit. You said your mom was a cosmetologist. You said you're from Oakland, California. Before you went to school, you were doing hair. You did hair in college. Is there anything else that we should know about you before the beauty industry?
Before the beauty industry.
Now, wait a minute. So did you go to Howard for law or?
Oh, right. Okay, so yes. What happened was I've pretty much always kind of wanted to be a lawyer. Mm-hmm. And right after I graduated, I was interning on Capitol Hill. I had a paid internship.
Okay.
And when the internship ended, I applied to one law school, just being cocky, thinking I was going to get in. And they denied me. Mm. So it's like with law school, you have to wait a year to reapply. Right. So I was like, what am I going to do for a year? And I was like, I think I want to go to beauty school. I want to go to cosmetology school. I want to get licensed. And so many people were against it. My boyfriend was against it. My so-called best friends were against it. My mother was against it. My family, everybody was like, just like, no.
So what was the reason that they were against it? I mean, like, especially your mom, because with her being a cosmetologist,
right,
you would think that naturally she would be like, yes, that's my daughter.
Right.
Go right into it.
My mom wants to brag about me to the family that I have a lawyer daughter.
Right.
So that's her thing. My best friends, my old best friends, they were all doing medical school, law school, dental school, so they felt like that was the only way to make money. Boyfriend, he was Nigerian. That's the thing with them. They just feel like only way to make money and be like respected is if you're a lawyer or a doctor or something like that.
Those chosen professions.
Right.
Okay.
So when I got denied from law school, I was happy because I wanted to go to hair school so bad. Like I just.
So that was your reason. That was like
yes.
The door open to go.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I convinced everyone. I was like, well, I can't apply for another year, so I might as well do this in the meantime. And it was like the best experience like I've ever had.
Now, where did you go to school?
Bennett Career Institute.
I'm vaguely familiar.
Oh yeah.
For those who don't know, of course, that's where I work. So, and I've had the pleasure of meeting Kenya while she was in school. That was our first encounter, and then I think your personality to me just kind of won me over, and then she became one of my models, for several hair shoots. So we go back a little ways now. So, okay, so that was Kenya before the beauty industry. What is it that you absolutely love most about the beauty industry?
The thing I love the most is just seeing that look on your client's face, like when they're, leaving your chair. Like when they just see themselves like in a way that they would have never saw themselves before. Like, oh my God, like I'm a baddie. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nothing like better than a fresh weave. Like nothing. Nothing.
Okay, so because I'm with you there, I think one of the things that I absolutely love about the industry is actually just the ability to be able to touch someone. And
yes.
Not like that, y'all. But, because I believe that with us, in our industry, the touch is more than physical. It's really emotional.
Yes.
And so I really enjoy that emotional connection with the people that sit in my chair. I really cherish my clients because I said that I would only do this for about 10 years. And I've gone beyond that. I said 10 years is the number, but I've gone beyond that. Mm-hmm. And it's all because of my clients. So I let them know all the time, if I did not have them, I would not do this.
Right.
So if for any reason I lost my clientele, that would actually be it for me, because it's really the connection that I have with each individual client that makes me keep going with this.
And they won't let you stop. They're not going to let you.
Well, you never know. But, okay, so your ultimate goal in the beauty industry, or I'll say at this point, what is your ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal is to, that famous quote, they say, grind until you no longer have to introduce yourself. Okay. My ultimate goal is for me to walk through the door and everyone know who I am.
Okay, for people to know your name.
Yes.
And what's your name?
But no, you know, for people to walk through the door and be like, oh my God, that's Oprah's hairstylist, or that's Beyonce's hairstylist, or I just believe in being on the top.
Okay.
And it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Y'all gonna see me
my personal feeling, I am with you there, but I have learned that sometimes it's when people don't know you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have, I don't want to say you've arrived, but there are certain levels in our industry that we reach where people will not know who you are, which I think is just absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
There are people that I have done that, of course, when you have to go through a lot of red tape to do it, you know, to deal with them. And when you do, it's almost like, okay, so now nobody knows who you are.
Right.
And, you know, to me, I like that because it's a level of exclusivity.
Right,
I do get what you're saying.
Right.
You definitely want people to know, you want to see your name in lights, basically.
Not even that. I just, if they see me on the street, they be like, oh, that's Oprah's stylist, you know? You got to pay Oprah prices.
That's what she wants, the Oprah money. She wants the Oprah money. Okay, so you touched on the subject of college. And so now one thing that we often hear, like, I guess similar to your story, that I often hear is from students when I ask them, why did you come to beauty school? And they will say, oh, a parent influenced me to go because I didn't know what I wanted to do. Or, you know, I didn't want to go to college, so my parents said, well, go to hair school. Or there's a lot of government agencies where a student population will be in because of their age, so they're dealing with that, and then the agency, it's their job to find them something to do to kind of set them up in life so that they can then be successful. And a lot of them say, you know, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I did, you know, medical school, like a med tech school. I didn't like that. I went to culinary arts school. I didn't like it. And so they sent me to beauty school.
Okay.
So what do you feel about people just kind of, for lack of a better way of saying it, kind of just throwing people on the industry when they really don't have a desire?
I think that for this industry, you have to have a passion for it. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't just that's like asking someone to, you know, be nice to people all day when they're just not, that's just not who they are, you know? So for me, when I was a kid, my Barbie dolls got makeovers every week. You know, like I literally drew out a look for them. Mm-hmm. Or I'll go to a magazine, check out a page, and be like, this is what I'm doing you a Holly Berry today. Or I'm doing you a Brandy with a little micro braids. And it's just something I've always just loved doing. And if it wasn't for that love, I would not be able to do it because it's not easy.
I definitely agree. You have to have a level of passion to be successful. You know, and I think that's often why I was talking to a previous guest, and we discussed the topic of people falling out of the industry. And I think part of that is the lack of the passion. Mm-hmm. You know, it's easy to make everything else an excuse as to why you cannot be a part of it, as opposed to working hard when it really is your passion and it's in you.
Right.
And then pushing yourself to make sure that you're a part of it.
Right. That's true.
Okay. So, all right, and then so, let's see. How do you see yourself growing in the industry? So you are, I don't want to say new to the industry, but
I'm fairly new.
Right.
Yeah, I'm fairly new.
So how do you see yourself growing as a part of the beauty industry?
Growing, I would have to, the clients that I have now, you know, I have to find a way to keep them coming, to keep a consistent clientele, to have a larger social media presence. I know that's like kind of huge these days. And just, I guess, staying up to date with the new trends and these frontals that I can't stand, and just staying up to date with everything new.
Okay. So then you touched on social media. How do you how have you made yourself a part of social media to reach, your clients or your audience?
Basically, if I think something looks cute, I'll post it, and I'll do some
And this is
hashtags,
things that you've done
things
or
that I've
okay.
done, my work. I'll post it, and maybe hashtag, just things people would look for if they're looking for a stylist. Like when I first moved here, I was hashtagging DC hairstylist because I was looking for a hairstylist. So I'll hashtag things like that. Yeah, that's about it
Okay, and
with that.
so you are on what social media platforms?
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Facebook, and I don't really know how much clout I'm getting from that. But I know people are scrolling through Instagram all day. So,
Okay. So why don't you tell our viewers how they can
hello,
find you on
viewers.
Instagram?
If you would like to follow me, feel free to do so. My Instagram is she_laid. That's spelled LAYED_that.
Okay, so she laid that on
On
Instagram.
Instagram, yes.
Okay, great. And I see you guys commenting and leaving the hearts and all. So after we come back from our brief break, I'll read the comments and we'll answer any questions that you have. So at this time, we'll take a break.
Yes.
And we'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, we're back.
We're back already?
And so, yes, we are back already. just a quick break.
Okay.
So I did see some comments, it looks like from some of the students at Bennett Career Institute.
Really?
It's really nice.
That's
yes,
awesome.
They said you are beyond blessed.
Oh,
and
wow.
some really great things
Thank you,
about you.
guys.
So that's amazing. So not before. Now I really am excited to talk about this topic.
Okay.
Because I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
So many people had so many things to say about it, but yeah.
Okay.
So in my research, I was looking at the concept of salon suites. It's been around for about 10 to 15 years, and it pretty much started for the United States out close to the Midwest, and where one of the main things that people had an issue with were running a salon business. So I don't want to mention this particular place, but what I'll say is the owners were salon owners for years, like major salon owners. And so the young lady, the female owner, she said part of the issue that she had, there was a lot of drama on her salon floor. She had a large salon. And so she said what she really wanted to do was empower her stylists to treat working in the salon as their own business, but she wasn't sure particularly how to go about it. And then her and her husband kind of conceptualized what we know today as the Salon Suites. So it really is, they said they purchased a large space, they broke it up into smaller suites, and now each person has their own business.
That's so genius.
I know. When I read the story, I was really like,
well, I didn't think of that.
Of that,
yeah.
Because realistically, and as I thought about it, I said, salon suites are really one big salon, just with a lot of little walls.
Mm-hmm.
And so she said that she really pushed her stylist to still treat it as a one salon family atmosphere type place where they all did get along, but they had their separate areas where they could each learn to run their individual business and figure out how to increase their own bottom line by the products that they sold, because everybody sold something different within their space. Everybody offered something different. So there was a lot of different ways that people could increase their personal income, but still be in the salon atmosphere. So tell me, give me your experience from being in a salon.
A salon suite. Okay. Well, okay. God, where do we start?
Okay, so start here. What you were in salon. So after you graduated beauty school,
yes,
you became licensed.
I became licensed. Okay, I became licensed. I had a celebrity publicist. She owned a salon in California. She's had been wanting me to come work at one of her salons for the longest. And, well, I wasn't licensed yet. So I went back to California. I worked for her. It was commission-based.
Okay.
Me? A commission? Couldn't do it. So I came back.
What was the problem with commission?
It was low. It was like 45, 55. I was getting 45. I just, I couldn't do it.
So before you continue, I'm going to explain to everyone what commission actually is. So you pretty much have two ways that a salon can be run when it comes to employing a stylist. And one is where your stylist rents a space, and we generally call that booth rental because they rent the space, their booth or their station. They rent that square area, and they can operate their business inside of that. The other one is commission. Commission is where, as you work, a portion of what you receive goes to the salon, and then the other portion goes to the stylist. So, okay.
Okay, so, not only was it commission-based, it was also taxed.
Okay.
I'm not saying that our income isn't taxed, but, we ain't getting taxed until the middle of the year, end of the year, But I think that after my first 2 weeks of working, my check was like $400.
Okay.
I was used to making that in one day or in the weekend, just not, So I was like, but a big part of it was I wasn't licensed.
Okay.
So there was a lot of limitations on what I could do. I couldn't even shampoo. It's a lot of things you cannot do if you're not licensed in California. So I came back to DC, got my license, and I was like, well, some of my clients found out I was back. They were like, oh, come do my hair, yada, yada. So I ended up staying. I met a lady at a bar. Don't meet people at bars. I met a lady at a bar. She was like, oh, I got my own suite. You can come work with me, yada, 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 yada. So I went and worked with her. And it was off of a similar commission, except this commission was higher than, it was like 70-30, and I got 70. So, which wasn't bad, But then I was like, you know what? I'm in this small box with no windows, and I feel like I'm squished, I'm suffocated. My clients in here, her clients in here. It was a lot. So, and then we didn't really see eye to eye on some things. So, I planned on going to go work, maybe like for hair cuttery or something like that. And then the owner of that same place was like, what can we do to keep you to stay? We love your energy. Like, we want you here. And I was like, well, maybe if I had my own suite, I would stay, So they were like, okay, well, we have a suite for you. It's only going to be this much. First week free. Decorate it however you want to decorate it. I was like, I get to decorate a room like how I want it. So I ended up doing that, and it was actually real cute. I made it real cute in there.
I remember seeing pictures.
It was cute, right?
I thought to myself, I was like, wow. So now that's one of the things that has always really caught my attention, because now I've gotten to know a lot of people who have salon suites, and to see how interestingly they decorate it, I think it really shows their personality. Like, I loved yours with the black and white.
Yes.
That was
Thank
really
you.
like classic and chic looking.
Thank you.
I have seen another young lady who had a mural on her wall. Somebody came in and painted a mural. I thought that was amazing. Another young lady I know, it's like kind of sparkly, it really is indicative of who she is and who her team is. So that is one of the points that I absolutely love about the suites, that you have the opportunity to make it your own.
Right.
Like, literally.
Right.
Make it your own.
Right.
So, yeah. So, there were, as I did some research, there were pretty much 5 main reasons why people generally go into salon suites from a salon. Now, personally, I like a salon. I've always liked salon. Those who know me, I've told my story of how I'm much like you. I did not intend for this to be my career. But years ago, I knew a lot of people that worked in salons, and it was the fashion that drew my eye.
Right,
You know, the
right.
ladies in heels, I absolutely loved seeing that. The guys well dressed, like meticulously dressed, loved seeing that. And it was just like a glamorous place to be. And so I could have just imagined at the young age seeing, you know, men and women well dressed, you know, poised, just looking amazing and working there. Like, who wouldn't want to be that way all day long?
Right,
You know, so that's what actually drew me to the salon. So I love, you know, being here in our salon with all the people because it gives me a little bit of that.
right.
But back to the list, it says that there were pretty much five main reasons why people moved to salon suites. I'm sorry, not into salons, but they moved to salon suites. And one of them is what you mentioned. It was like the freedom to really just create your own space. It was the freedom to be your own boss, to have the level of professionalism that you ultimately wanted. You know, it's sometimes difficult to be in a salon space with a lot of different people, like an open salon floor, because everybody's doing their own thing. But you really have that opportunity to create what you want and really exude what you want within your own space. The second thing was the ownership. It makes you feel like you have your own salon, right?
Right.
So like I was saying, I'm on the other side of the salon.
And Salon
And
Phoenix. It's Sea Allen over here.
exactly.
It's Salon Phoenix over there.
And I love the fact that there is that separation because when the salon does get a little noisy, it's not as noisy because I'm on the other side of the room,
Right.
you know, or I can create that certain private, you know, setting of privacy on the other side that I cannot when I'm in the midst of everybody else. So
Right.
that's one of the things that I absolutely love. And it gives you, I think it's all about perception. It gives me a certain level of exclusivity or an impression of exclusivity because I'm on the other side away from everybody else.
Right.
So, you know, and
At the
to
red
all my
chair.
salon members, exactly, I love them to death. And it's not that I want to be away from them, but it was the seat that I chose when I first got here. And I absolutely love it because it really does give me
The
the
Phoenix.
appearance of exclusivity.
I'm going to start calling you the Phoenix.
Phoenix, okay.
Like, oh yeah, go to Phoenix.
Right. So let's see. So in one of the articles that I read, I'm going to read you a little excerpt. It said the biggest hurdle to become a booth renter is building your book,
Right.
which is building your clientele. You have to recruit all of your clients. Walk-ins are really, they're not unheard of, but they're virtually unheard of today.
Right.
You know, because most people are found or attracted via social media.
Right.
So, excuse me. So you're not going to attract a huge walk-in clientele when you are in a salon suite. How would you suggest that someone who's in that position build their clientele?
Social media. Like, because how other way, like, you know, because it's like you have multiple stylists, you know, so if a client walks in, you know, like a walk-in, it's kind of like they're going to go to whoever they see first. Like, they're going to peek through and see, like, oh, what they doing in there. Or they're going to see business cards, whoever has the best pictures on their business cards.
Okay.
So I would say definitely social media, Yelp. And maybe, you know, some days you might have to, on your days are not as busy, you might have to just stand outside passing out flyers,
Right.
you know, welcoming people in, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how would a person use social media
Social
to
media.
build their clientele?
I guess I feel like it's not just about putting out good work, it's about putting out personal, like what's personal,
Okay.
you know, what your personal bests are. For me, I like doing my side bang, you know, everybody when they see that, they'd be like, oh, Kenya must
First
have
of all,
did that.
Kenya copied me because I am the king
Jesus.
of what I call the zhuzh.
I ain't never seen him do the zhuzh.
You comb that hair back and you feather that thing to the front so they had that big old hump. First of all,
I have seen do it a couple of times.
Because I was about to say, in hair school, I couldn't do anything but big hair. And so I learned how to do that hump, and that was it. You couldn't tell me. Everybody had the hump and a little feather on the side. So go ahead.
Okay, so, the personalized thing, that's his personal thing. For me, for now, I used to be super big on weaves. That's all people used to come to me for. But now I'm sick of doing weaves.
Okay.
Like, it kills me to thread needles.
Okay, so let's talk about that. What is it about extensions or extension installation that you are sick of now? Because that's big business. Like, a lot of stylists, that's what they want to focus on, because especially now as we start to hear people say, oh, you have to work smarter, not harder.
Right.
Why would you want the $65, $75 client opposed to the $300 client?
Well, for one, you can get $300 out of a client without doing a weave.
Okay.
There's gonna be some chemicals involved, but you can.
There's gonna be some chemicals involved. Go ahead.
But you can do that. As far as with extensions, what I'm starting to get sick of is insecurities.
Okay.
And I used to be that girl. Like, I would not leave that house without my tracks. Like, if my stylist canceled on me, oh well, I'm staying in the house. I'm not leaving this house, until I know that my hair is going to be done.
Okay.
But when I shaved my head a couple years ago, one day I just got so frustrated. I think I was going through a bad breakup. I don't know what was going on. I just shaved it. And I'm like, if I could walk outside bald-headed, like me, out of all people, then you can too. Okay. Like, people need to be more comfortable wearing their own hair. Okay. Whether it's a flexi rod set, whether it's a flat iron, whether, some color. We have to stop thinking we gotta have 30 inches of hair to be beautiful, because that's not the case. Okay. So for me, that's what bothers me about the extensions thing. And I can't get mad at people because I was once that girl.
Okay.
But, now that I know better, I'm doing better, I rock wigs, just because I like switching it up. But at the end of the day, I'm not afraid to just be like, this is who I really am.
And see, that's one thing. I have to agree with you. I have quite a few clients that get extensions installed, and they are those women that they are not right unless their hair is right. And, I talk to them all the time, and I let them know the thing that you have to remember, it's not your hair.
Right.
So you have to be comfortable with your hair.
That is so true.
That's the bottom line. So for you to be upset and, like you said, to stay in the house over something that's not yours, that's some issues there.
Well, if they bought it, it's technically it.
I'm not going into the semantics. I'm saying that if the weave isn't right, okay, start working on getting it done, but you still got to go to work. You still got to go, other places. You have things to do. Right. That hair, I think it has become, like you said, a crutch for people. They're so used to seeing it. When it's not 20 and 30 inches, they're not happy. Right. I have some people that will purchase. Now this is it's a crazy thing. Don't get offended. Purchase 26 inches of hair. Work in a corporate position. Knows that 26 inches is too long. Will have me install it. Look at it for about 5 minutes and love it, and then say, but I can't wear it to work. I have to cut it. So then I have to cut that 26
That's crazy.
To a 20. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it has been, now I don't know where it came from, but it's in her that she has to have that 26-inch hair. As long as she buys it, she's fine. She'll cut it. And I said, I did not like to cut it because I'm cutting away money. I said, as I cut it, I see dollar bills falling on the floor. Somebody's making it rain. You know what I mean? But we're cutting out a lot of that hair. So I'm trying to help her get away from that mindset that you have to have this in order to be who you are, because you really don't. Right. You really, really don't.
Why can't you just put it in a bun at work?
I don't know. That's a
Yeah,
good
just wrap
question.
it
But I
up.
think it's probably too much hair
Too
for
much.
for a bun because it will be like a
Yeah,
a
yeah,
big
a
old
bun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little too much for it. But my thing is understand that extensions is a luxury service. When you get it, you have to pay for it. It's going to be an investment. It's an investment to maintain, but you should be comfortable without it.
Right.
It is an
Right.
extra. It's an add-on. It's
Right.
not who you are.
Right.
So,
I
okay,
agree.
there you go. So, we went all off the topic. See, that Kenya done got me off my topic. But anyway, so back to what we were saying here. A couple of the disadvantages to being in the salon suite is that you're responsible for your own advertising. Now here we are a booth rental salon situation, and we actually, even though our owner advertises, we advertise individually because it gives us control over the clients that we really pull in versus just dealing with whatever the salon gets coming. And I find that to be a great advantage. What do you feel about that in terms of
Um,
being responsible for your own promotion?
I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. Anything helps.
Okay.
It's like if you're gonna help, then help. But if not, then I mean, it's this whatever. Yeah.
I think I look at it like it's almost like neither an advantage or a disadvantage. Almost, it just is what it is.
It is what it is.
You
Yeah.
have to do it if you want to make money in the business. You have to advertise yourself. You can't leave that up to someone else to do.
Right.
So it's something that you have to ultimately be responsible for. The other thing, another disadvantage is you don't have the name recognition of a larger salon. You are just, say, Kenya. So you have to put Kenya out in front of people's eyes. And I think, like you said, you do that via your social media by continuously posting your best.
Word of mouth.
The word of mouth, her stolen zhuzh. Yeah, see? Her stolen zhuzh. And then the other thing is your finances. You are solely responsible for that. Now, one thing you mentioned earlier, you said when you went to the salon in California that one thing that you didn't really care for that they did was take the taxes out. To me, that's a benefit. It's a benefit in the long run. In the meantime, I definitely understand because that check was not as much as it could have been. But 6 months down the road, you did not have to then pay taxes. A year down the road, you would not have to pay taxes because it's actually being pulled out,
Yeah.
through each check.
Right.
So you really, or if you did have to pay, it would not be a lot. So I looked at that as being a advantage.
An advantage,
not necessarily
yeah.
a disadvantage. But
I agree.
think people look at finances. Of course, we all want our money right now.
Right.
And we need our money right now. So
Right.
having it taken out can be a drawback. But for me, I would look at that as an advantage.
I think that the tax part is not bad. I think that the commission rate,
The commission
if it's a
rate was
high, extremely low, I did not include that there was no such thing as personal branding.
Okay.
There was no post, like if I were to post a picture on Instagram and I were to put my name on it, that was not allowed.
Okay.
Whatever work that was done, the salon's name had to be on it. There was no such thing as personal branding.
Okay.
And that's something that I kind of had an issue with because I felt like I've worked hard for this,
Right.
For people to know that this was my work. I have no problem giving you the credit, like this is where I work and, yada, yada, yada. But, yeah, so.
And I find that's kind of interesting because I can see both sides of it. Like you said, you did the work. You want your name to be out as the stylist who created this look. But then from the salon standpoint, you are an employee. And so it's almost like working at Apple, you being the technician or the creator of the iPad 10, you can't put Kenya Metters on iPad 10. It's Apple's. It belongs to them. So I definitely understand that, and it's a way of maintaining control and ensuring that above all else, the salon still stands. Like I said in one of the previous questions, the big name of the salon, like here, it's everyone knows Cialis Signature Salon. Thank goodness that we have the opportunity to promote ourselves and our individual brands, because ultimately we're going to move on at some point.
Right.
And we want to be able to establish ourselves and have given ourselves a leg up, so that's one of the great things about our owner, that we're able to do that, because like you said, in a lot of places you cannot do that. And, good, bad, indifferent, I kind of understand, because these people, they're saying, I have established my salon, I've worked hard for this salon, you are my employee.
Right.
Therefore, whatever you create and walks out this door, it's this salon,
right.
not Kenya Metters.
Right.
So, let's see. Business advisors. In a salon suite, a lot of the research that I was doing, they recommend that people hire business advisors because these are their individual businesses. So they were saying lawyers to kind of help you establish your business legally the way the state requires, so that you're in compliance with all rules and regulations. Again, lawyers to help you with establishing paperwork that your clients may need to sign in terms of like release information, tax consultants, financial advisors to help you maintain your money. Were those any things that were suggested to you when you were in your salon suite experience?
No.
No.
None of that was suggested. The owners of the salon, I mean, they had contracts, and everything, so that's about as legal as we got.
Okay.
But no.
So pretty much it sounds like they left everything up to
Yes.
you. So whatever your knowledge was in terms of running a business, they left that all up to you.
Right.
So now one thing, like we have plenty of people who are in salon suite experience, are in the midst of a salon suite experience. Please let us know if you have had to contact business advisors and whatnot, to establish those things like contracts, financial planning, all those things. Let us know so that we can actually talk about that a little later. So in terms of, I'm just going to read through this because we're actually winding down on time.
Gotcha.
In terms of the advantages that most people who have salon suites, they have said the advantages to be, I should say, is you can set whatever hours that you want. Now, I know in some salon suites you can't. You can within reason because it's only open from one time to one time. So you
Right.
can be open sometime in the midst.
Right.
But you can't have 24-hour access to
Right.
the building.
Right.
So do you find that that's a hindrance to business, or?
Yes, definitely. I believe that as a new stylist building your clientele, you get the money when you can get the money. When the money call, you run to it. And I know it sound like dope dealing.
Crazy.
Hairstyle
Right.
is like dope
But
dealing at
that's what
first.
we do, right?
That's what you do. So, for me, that was major. I needed to be able to come and go when I needed, and thank God that Salon Suite offered that.
Okay.
I have been at a salon where the doors is closed at 9, and I that didn't last long. Yeah. Because I can work till 3 in the morning.
Okay.
Depending on if my body allows me
Right.
to.
And see, plenty of times I am here at 1:30 in the morning, and thank goodness we have that type of access, because for certain services, I tend not to move as fast. So,
I know.
but I need that extra time, and especially because I'm a part-time stylist. So I come
Right,
to work at
right.
5:30. My book is starting at 5:30. If I'm doing one or, God forbid, 2 extension services, I'm going to be here. And I need that extra time. So I think that has been a great benefit for me. The other thing is you can wear what you want pretty much. in a, because it's your own space, you know, you establish what you want the dress code to be. If you say, I want to be professional, you establish what you consider to be professional, as
Right.
opposed to in a salon atmosphere, it can be governed by what the rules of the salon are.
Right.
Because it really ultimately becomes, what does the owner want to put out as their image of
Right.
the salon. You can sell whatever products you want, which we did cover because you said, now what was the line that you were using?
I use Influence.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that available? That's a professional only available line?
It is professional. Well, they have a professional line. They do have a retail line. It's not huge,
Okay.
you know, but they have started selling some retail.
Okay, so the retail is probably shampoo, conditioner, finishing products.
Yeah.
Like no chemicals.
Right, right.
Like that. Okay, so that's great. And then you can target a specific clientele without worrying about who, or without worrying about what the salon attracts. So we kind of talked about that, especially like here. That's one thing that we really enjoy, is the ability to attract certain clients. So if I say, you know what, I really want to grow my extension clientele, I have the ability to focus on that and really target that audience to bring them in. Is there anything that you particularly focus on or want to focus on here at the salon?
Like I was saying, I've been doing, you know, extensions for years, and right now I think that for me it's fun doing transforming somebody's natural curls to something silky and straight, or some color, you know, and you know, I'm more into doing natural hair now.
Dealing with natural hair as in the twist coils locks, or
No, definitely
okay.
not.
Okay,
God,
but
no.
just dealing with the hair as it is.
Hair,
Right,
just
gotcha.
hair.
Okay.
No weaves. You see me doing locks?
Yes, I can.
No.
Yes, I can. And then so the last thing was, it's not forever. When your lease is up, you can always get a job again and take your clientele with you. So that, when you left the Salon Suite, did you bring a lot of your clients with you, or did you find that they wanted to stay going
At
to
the suite.
Yeah. The Salon
Okay,
Suites?
now, one thing about my clients is and I really thank God for my clients. I got special clients. My
We all
clients
have
have, they have been with me in my dorm room, to the kitchen of my apartment, my first apartment, to my hood shop that I was at, to the suite that I was at, to now here. Like, my clients are loyal, and they will follow me wherever I go. Sometimes I might have to go back home to California sometimes, like maybe for like a week, and they'll be like, girl, nobody's touching my hair till you get back, you know? So my clients gonna follow me.
Well, that's great, because I think there is a level of loyalty that clients do show, and I'm grateful that I can share that experience. I don't know if it was you the other day, I was sharing with someone that I have a set of clients that were with me. They were my first group.
Yes.
And I almost want to cry when I see them, because
Yeah.
it's like, oh my God, I've watched them grow up, you know, from like 18. So now they are now in their mid-20s. Excuse me, not mid-20s.
But
like
older, yeah, 30s.
But it's like, oh my goodness.
You know, I was thinking when you told me that, you should have, I know you wouldn't have known back then,
Right.
but you should have documented
Yes.
it. That would have been real cute.
Yes. That would have been amazing.
A nice documentary.
Exactly. That would have been amazing. And that's something that and that's why I said, again, it's really the interaction with the clients, because I really appreciate them for, at that young age, trusting me.
Yeah.
Which I was pretty much around their age. You
Right.
know, really trusting me to deal with their hair, you know, with chemicals and all of that, to now, you know, like you said, when they come into town, because many of them have moved, they come back, and I just really appreciate that. So we are.
You know,
out
you
of time.
attract, you know, what you are.
That's
so,
true.
you know.
That's true.
That's
We
great.
are out of time for the evening. It was great sitting here
This was
talking to you.
awesome.
So, again, tell the people how they could follow you, how they can get in touch with you if they want to, seek service with you.
Hi, people.
These are the people.
Hi, people.
Meet Kenya. These are the people.
If you would like to have an exclusive service done, feel free to follow me on my Instagram page. It's she_laid, that's spelled LAYED _that. I'm also available for booking on Style Suite at www.stylesuite/shelaidthat.com.
Now, when on Style Seat, the She Laid That, is that all one word?
Yes.
Okay.
One word.
So, catch those two. You might have to rewind and catch it again. But it's she_laid_that on Instagram. And for Style Seat, www.styleseat/shelaidthat.
What is the thing called?
Backslash.
Backslash,
Yeah.
right.
So,
And thank you for having me.
oh, no
This has
problem,
been
awesome. We
awesome.
always, so this is not the first time we've done this.
Right.
We always have a good time when we do things like this. But, follow me on this Facebook, right now. On this Facebook thing. Rashan Legacy Broadnax is my primary. Also follow Shear Chat with Rashan. It is ShearChatWITHRASHAN. Isn't that a lot?
They call me URHERRAYM.
So that's the Shear Chat page, and then you can always go back and watch the broadcast either here on Facebook, or please like, follow, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. And then also go over to our YouTube page, which again is Shear Chat with Rashan. So thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this evening's broadcast, let us see the heart stars, green clovers, blue diamonds, purple horseshoes, all that kind of stuff. Let them go on the screen. Let's see it. Let us see it. Let us see it.
Well, they were there earlier.
I know. But I see people there. All right. So thanks again. Oh, see there.
There we go.
It takes a little minute. All right. Thanks so much for joining us. And we will see you next week on Monday.
Yes.
Same time, same channel. 8 p.m. here. Shear Chat with Rashan. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Thank you.